Welcome to our demonstration with Prezi, and you may be looking for something new, something a little more dynamic to use when giving your lectures or making your videos. And so today I wanted to give just a really quick presentation with Prezi Video. Um, I use the freemium version of Prezi, which means that when I make my videos or I create a presentation with Prezi Video, then I'm going to have this little watermark up here. That's um, it's one of the things you have if you're using the free version. If you wanted to use the subscription, the prices are very reasonable, and you can create unlimited videos through Prezi Video. And you won't have the watermark, and you'll have access to a lot more resources on Prezi's website, and you'll also be able to download. That's the other thing. If you're not paying for the subscription, you can't download the projects that you make. Okay, so what I'm doing right now is I am streaming this presentation through Zoom. I'm recording it in Zoom. And the video is a little bit laggy, so it does depend on your bandwidth. But if you were making a video with Prezi Video, then you wouldn't have that same difficulty. But because I'm streaming it through Zoom, that's why I'm getting a little bit of lag. All right, so let's see, what can you do with Prezi these days? Well, first of all, you'll notice when you're looking at my screen there that I have some words over here on this side. That's one of the main features that I like about what you can do with Prezi Video and Prezi Presentation. You can have yourself alongside your content, and that way you're not in the little box by yourself, and your students may feel cut off from you because they can't see you as well. Being able to see you in the video alongside your content will help with creating more of an atmosphere, creating community feeling within your class, especially if you're teaching an asynchronous class. So when you think of Prezi, you may think of something like this. This is a typical Prezi presentation where it goes in and out, goes from one slide to the next very fluidly. People joke, that if you go too fast on a Prezi, you might make people a little seasick. I can see where that would be an issue because it's in constant motion. So it is very dynamic, very eye-catching. You can understand why people would be very interested in watching a Prezi presentation. But that's not all Prezi does anymore. Now you have Prezi Design, Prezi Present, and Prezi Video. And if you pay for the subscription, you get access to all three of these. I'm using the freemium account, so I also get access to all three of these, but I'm limited in how many of them I can make. And I'm limited, I can't download them. So if I make a design, like an infographic or something like that, I can send out the link to that design, but I can't download it. So that is a little bit of a hardship. Let's talk about Prezi Present. Prezi Present is the original Prezi style presentation. And one of the things that I can do using this online is that I can also share my screen. So I'm going to share what the website looks like with you. And so that's my screen being shared. See, I can scroll on the screen. And it's very tiny, and you're probably looking at that going, I can't read that. But I can click on it. Now it fills up my full screen, and you can see it a lot better. So these are the types of things you can design with Prezi. All sorts of designs. There are slides for like a slideshow. There are reports, charts that you can use. I like the maps. The maps are kind of cool. Posters, social media posts, all different kinds of social media posts. Email headers, you name it, you can design it with Prezi Design. By itself, that's probably not a good enough reason to pay for the subscription, because you can do the same thing with Canva. I love canva.com or Pictochart. You could do Pictochart to create infographics, another great website. So by itself, probably not the reason why I would choose this product. But then there's the next type of thing that you can create, and that is Prezi Video. And Prezi Video allows you to record videos, create live presentations like the one that I'm doing right now. I'm doing this through Prezi Video, where I've created the content that I want, and as I scroll down that content, it appears next to me on the screen. You can even show PowerPoint or Google Slide presentations in this same way. So if I import my PowerPoint presentation, it shows up like this. And so I would just go through the slides keep scrolling like this. That may not work for me if I have animations in my PowerPoint. If I've got animations in my PowerPoint and I'm going to want those to play, I'm going to need to do something a little bit different. So the option there would be that I can go ahead and I can start my PowerPoint, and then I can share my screen with the PowerPoint on it. So let's see if I can do that real quick. Okay, so if I share my screen with my PowerPoint pulled up, there it is. So now it appears, and as I click through it, and there's my animations. Okay, so if you had animations, then you would show your PowerPoint by sharing your screen. Okay, one last thing that I want to show you, and that is what happens if you take a Prezi presentation and put it into a Prezi video, because that's pretty cool. So I'm going to open up one of my other presentations that I made for adjunct orientation. And you can see here, there's all of my content over here. And as I scroll through it, you can see how it moves. I can show things close up. And all of this is designed ahead of time. So I went in ahead of time before making this video, created all of this, created the motions, things that I wanted to zoom in on, such as right here, if I'm pointing out details, and then it zooms back out. And I'm just clicking through this like a PowerPoint. I can even put in things like GIFs and have those as part of my presentation. I can zoom in on those. It just makes it more dynamic as you are going through your presentation. If your students can see both you talking, see your facial expression, as well as seeing the content, and you can, it's almost like you're interacting with it. So this is a pretty interesting way of creating a presentation, just making it a little bit different. It's definitely something that stands out. When I want to make a presentation and I want to stand out in that presentation, I want people to notice me. This is this is the product that I use. It definitely is something that people are not used to seeing. So I encourage you to at least try it out, see what you think, see if it's something that you can use. If not, that's okay too. But if you can use it, then it would be a good tool for you to have. I hope you've learned something helpful today. Let me know if I can help you set this up on your computer or help walk you through the steps of using it. I'd be happy to do that.